Together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dharma teachings. Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zeng Kong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubden Tarchi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice tonight, Padma Kumara. Sumo, Tanzan Katso, Tutan City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? Aisteru Sarangi.
Hola amigo. Que quiero mucho. Going. Ichiban. Kimoji. Jumi. Yapi. Pirin pirin. Konbanwa. 你好，大家好。那今天呢
Today,
这个可以算
we can say
是师尊这2-3个礼拜来
since the past 2 to 3 weeks,
生病
Grandmaster's been sick,
终于把这个牙
and
齿的痛
eventually
这个根管治疗
the
它完成
tooth canal and the toothache and root canal have been taken care of.
这个只是其中的一项
And that's only one of them.
另外呢还有
And
脚气肿痛
I have
跟这个腰痛
swollen and painful legs
他
and
们医生
backache.
讲说是背痛腰在背部的就叫背痛
So
属于背痛
waist pain in the waist are considered as
另外
backache.
还有一种就是全身无力
And I feel weak and breathless.
另外还有一种小毛病
And
肠胃
I also have some digestive problem,
这是最近
the minor
我
one.
的身体
That's my
产生的病痛
physical condition lately.
那有几个医生帮忙 一位
Several doctors have been helping.
就是 Olivia
One is Olivia,
的医生帮忙
she's been,
另外
Dr. Olivia has been helping,
是洪贵清
and Hong Gui
医
Qing,
师的帮忙
Dr. Hong,
还有这个庄医师
and Dr. Zhuang they've been helping.
他们牺牲了很多的时间。
They had sacrificed lots of time and money.
像这个洪贵清医师，
like Dr. Hong,
这个医药费，
Gui Chin Hong.
他是帮我出，
She paid for my medical fees,
说是供养。
and she said it was an offering. Sorry about that.
根管，我那个保险本来我那个保险卡是包括牙科的。
My insurance includes dental coverage,
治疗的牙科医师，
but for the root canal specialist,
是没有来往，
was not part of my insurance.
付钱额，
So we have to pay
1000块钱
for the fee ourselves for a few $1,000.
洪贵清
It was paid by Dr. Hong.
本来我是要付了，
I was going to pay it myself,
他不让我付，
but she did not let me.
所以很谢谢
So really thank you.
这个欧瑞利亚医师、洪贵清医师，还有庄金耀医师。
To Olivia, Dr. Hong, and Dr. Zhuang.
都是弟子。还有谢谢这个根管科的
All these 3 doctors are disciples, and also thank you to the root canal specialist. And he even said that he would pay half.
相见就是有缘。
So there's affinity that we
如
met.
何修行静坐？
He even asked me how to meditate
这个医
and
生
to train
他说他
in
每天晚
spiritual
上
cultivation.
起来
This
静坐
doctor said that he
这很
wake up
难
every morning at 4 and meditate. It's
得
really
到的
rare
很多。
that doctors also meditate. So it's
我希
it's
望
precious to it's hard to come by to see a good
就
doctor.
是下个礼
I hope
7月9号吧，
that on July
7
9,
月9号以前，
before
我就要
July
去看
9,
这个医生。
I have to go see doctors.
那是另外一个医生，另外一个医生。
That's a different doctor.
还有看过一个医生是属于
I also
医生，
went to see a
是属于
doctor,
菲律宾的医生。
a Korean doctor, a Filipino doctor.
另外还要看我的家庭医生
I also went
Dr. 高。
to see my family doctor, Dr. Carr.
这个人也，这个身体用了77年，
I've used his body for 77 years.
屋顶大概是漏了。
If it had been a roof, probably it would have been leaking.
很多东西都已经老旧了，
Many things have
就是要修理，
aged.
就要换新的。
If you either you either fix it or replace it.
人
It's
吃
unavoidable.
五谷杂粮，
Human beings eat grains, therefore they have
稍微少
illnesses.
了一点。
Therefore,
生
I
活费
write
上
a little bit
做得那
less.
么好，
I saw the DB
那我自
Boye
己写作，生活不业障
showed it really well. The one that we just watched. They do very well, and they do their best in publishing the books. They planned it well. But recently, because I have to go see doctors, so I cannot carry my writing materials, right? So I have stopped several days. For several days, I have skipped several days because of that. That's why humans' health or the physical body is extremely important. Recently, I took lots of drugs and also get injections of anesthesia. I took painkillers, antibiotics have to be taken. Antibiotics to kill the germs, and the painkillers is to alleviate the pain. But the painkillers are very strong. It is an opium. And antibiotics. So when I take the painkillers, I don't feel the backache, and there's also no more pain in my swollen legs. But the root canal treatment is done. No more toothache, so I don't take any more opium. Therefore, now my backache comes back. Or morphine. So if I take painkillers, all my pains disappear. And yesterday, last night, I stopped taking them, and today I could feel my backache again. So, what can we do? Therefore, please pay attention to your own health. It's very important. So, do you think Grandmaster has lost weight? It's good to lose weight. Strange. In the past, to walk from the kitchen to here and climb the stairs of the temple, I panted. But now that I lost weight, I don't pant anymore. So if you gain weight, you become heavy. And because you're heavy, then you start to feel sore when you walk. Your legs are sore, and when you're lighter, then perhaps you'll feel better. I lost about 4 kilograms. About 4 kilograms. I hope to lose another 6 kilograms. Then I would be able to do the light light walking, like the dragonflies tapping on the water. So if you're heavy, you wouldn't be able to do that. But if your body is light, then you would be able to move more agile. Before the Dharma teaching, let me share a joke first. Xiaoming went to the restaurant to eat. After he's done, he told the waitress, okay, plates, which mean washing the dishes. And the waitress said, sure. And we'll give you a discount as well. This is play of words of Chinese. And Xiaoming said, wow, that's great. How much? Yeah, it's play of words Chinese. Discount is not like breaking your bones. The world is very realistic. Doesn't matter what you do, you need money. Now it's a very materialistic world. So when you have good health, you want to strive for the economy. You cannot owe anything. The husband told the wife, you're not gentle at all. You're a female. He hasn't finished, and the wife brought a knife from the kitchen all of a sudden and asked the husband, what? Female what? And then the husband said, it's also play of words in Chinese. You're a peony fairy. Female sound like. And the wife said, okay, that sounds better. Once you're married, pay attention. You have to be kind when you speak to each other. If you say what you like, it may bring disasters. Xiaoming was blinking his eyes and asked his dad, were you brave when you get injection when you were young? And his dad said, sure, I'm very brave. When I got injection, I didn't even say anything and my eyes did not even blink. And Xiaoming was so admired his dad and asked his grandma, is it true, Grandma? And Grandma smiled and said, of course, that's how your dad was. Whenever he saw a needle, he would pass out.
所以他根本
So he did not
就一声不吭，
say
眼睛也不
anything
眨一下。
and did not blink.
师尊呢，也是很怕打针。
Grandmaster is also afraid of the needle.
我是很怕打针，我连
I
看
am
人家
scared
打
of the
针
needle.
我都不太敢。
I don't even dare to see
那
other
我
people get
们以前
injection.
在军中啊，
When we were
只要
in
在
the
流行的时
military,
候，
if
就先打预
there's
防针。
anything
当军人的时
circulating,
候，
they have to get
人家外面在流
vaccine.
行什么，我们就先打针。
So in the military,
那每一次啊，我那个医官最了解我，
so the medical personnel really
大家排队打
knew me.
针的时候啊，
When everybody lined up, I
然
would
后很多
walk
的
over
有几个这个护士
and
跟
there
医
were
官在一起，
several medical
每一个
personnel
一个
and
通过都
nurses
打针。
and
我一
everybody
到
got
护士面前，我
injection.
就开始揉了。
When I get in front of the nurse, I would
那
I
个
would
护士就认为
rub
我
my
已经
arm
过了，才在，
and the nurse would think that I have
然
got
后
the
我就
injection
走了过去，
and then I just walk
想
past.
总算逃过。
I
啊，回到办
I
公
now
室，
can skip one
医官在我的这个办公室等我，
and then I get to the office
我说
and
我
the
知道你
medical
要去，
officer
所以我在这
is
里等
waiting there and he told me, I know what your problem is, so I'm waiting for you here.
我那个医官呢，真的很了解我，
So he really knows me.
想不到长这么大了。这个现在打针还好，但是
So at this
不
age
喜欢看
now,
到人家打针。
it's okay, but I
没
still
想到
don't like to see other people get
最近半年一
injection.
年，
But
打
who
开电
knows
视，
that
天天
this
看人家打
past
针。
1 year, every time on the
你看那电视一
television
打
you
开
see
啊，
people
就
getting
是在那边
injection.
再打
They keep
再
doing
打
that
疫苗，天天在那边打，
vaccination.
有什么好打的？你打一次给我看就好了嘛。
Why do you
我就
always
知道
show
你们
people
在打针，
injections? Once
或
is
者你
enough,
嘴巴
I
讲
would
说
know. Or you can
现
just
在每
say
一
it,
个人都在打针，就
that
好
everyone now get
何必
injection.
打开电视你就在打针，
Why they always show it on television every time?
这一下子这个演到哪一个国家，这个电视
And
播到哪一个
then
国家，哪一个国家都在打
then
针，
they show any
看
country,
了都烦死了。
then they would show how
不看
the injections.
也不行，要看，全部都是在打针。来告诉一下
It
电视
wouldn't work if I
好
don't
打
watch. But every time
对不
I
对？
watch,
你
always
打
about
一个示范
injection.
一下就好了
Let's
嘛，
tell the
一天到晚打针干什么？
television station
啊
not
你
to
们最
show
近
that
看
all
电
the
视是不
time,
是常常看到打针？
right? Don't
都
you
在
think?
打针呢，
They all show about the injections.
没办法。好了，你问我答。
Now about question and answer.
印度尼西亚
From Indonesia,
祥和
Xu Xianghe.
师尊好，阿弥陀佛。
Grandmaster, how do you do, Amitabha?
弟子想问，
I would like to ask
是
one.
否真的大声持会
Is it true that chanting Uchisuma's
能把
mantra loudly
吹灭成血海？
can destroy the spirits to become sea
是
of
否
blood?
会记金刚心咒
2. is Uchisuma's mantra as powerful as Singamuka's mantra and as sharp? Thank you for your answer, Amitabha. Let me tell you, the mantra of Uchisuma, the greatly privileged Buddha King, was transmitted at the Madison Garden in New York City, right? That's the mantra of Uchisuma. I transmitted it at the Madison Garden in New York City. At that time, the Vajra Diamond Temple of New York City spent lots of money. Do you know how much the rent was for Madison Garden? You can check on it. Madison Garden of New York City. How much is it to rent it for a ceremony for one day? At that time, I did not know. I thought we just rent any place. In New York City, they have the Chinese Chambers of Commerce or some association hall. That would be less expensive, but it would not fit all of our attendees because we had thousands of attendees. So they rented Madison Garden, which was the most expensive in New York City. $400,000 US one day. I did not know that it would cost $400,000. If I knew, just give me $300,000, and then I would rent for $100,000. Just any ordinary venues would be fine, but they rented Madison Garden to transmit or to perform the Uchisuma ceremony. At that time, you can buy a house with $300,000. So they really spent a lot of money for it. So therefore, the Vajra Diamond Temple was really kind to us. And Singamuka. Singamuka's mantra. Ja. Aja sama Laja Sata Aja Lasa Malaya Pe.
是莲华生大师常用的这个咒啊，
This is often used by Guru Padmasambhava. And this mantra was once used to subdue the 500 deviant followers or evil followers, that their whole bodies were destroyed. So Singamuka's mantra is very powerful. You cannot chant it haphazardly. And we heard that if you chant it by the seaside, the Dragon King would tremble all over his body. And Uchisumas, the mighty Buddha King with great authority, was an emanation body of Sakyamuni Buddha. So, of course, the mantra of the Buddha has tremendous power, has infinite mighty power. So Shi Xianghe from Indonesia asked that Uchusima's mantra, you cannot chant it as you like or haphazardly, because if you destroy the spirits to become sea of blood, that would be a karma. And Singamuka's mantra, other than Guru Padmasambhava's chanting it, anytime we chant it, we're very careful not to harm people. It's key. These two mantras have tremendous power, especially the pei. It means to cut, break. Ro also means powerful. So your questions were right. They have the same power, but it's best never to use them to harm anybody. The second question asked by Lianhua Xinyi from Malaysia. Grandmaster, chanting 100-syllable mantra can amend any shortcomings in our Dhamma practice? Can it also amend any flaws or faults in our daily life? For example, moments of evil thoughts, wishing someone something bad, just something flash. Can 100-syllable mantra fix those bad thoughts? Is there any other mantra that can resolve it? Let me tell you, chanting 100-syllable mantra will transform it, can transform it. It can resolve all kinds of flaws and faults, because the key about the 100-syllable mantra is about emptiness. Anything that enters into 100-syllable mantra, whether it's good or bad, any bad things that you generate will disappear into nothing. My guru told me the most important thing about 100-syllable mantra is emptiness. By entering into 100-syllable mantra, all karma is transformed into emptiness. So, what I recently taught, using the sweeper, and by chanting the 100-syllable mantra 100,000 times, and then you use the broom to sweep, then it can eradicate karma. So, after chanting 100,000 recitations of the 100-syllable mantra, you can use the broom to eradicate karma. And Dibiboye sells big brooms, medium brooms, and small brooms. But it's not the case that the big brooms would sweep the big karma and small brooms sweep small karma. No, they're all the same function. They all have the same function and the same power, same mantra. Om Betsa Sato Hom, the shortest mantra of Vajrasattva. Om Betsa Sato Hom, the shortest mantra. With one sweep, all karma is cleared. With the second sweep, bad lucks are eradicated. With the third sweep, karma is gone. Auspicious and wishes fulfilled, healthy and longevity, and the good fortune will be here. So at True Buddha School, we have this method about sweeping our back, here, all over the body. I hope that my karmic sicknesses will be eradicated too. With the fifth sweep, all afflictions are sweep away. Second sweep to sweep away bad lucks, and the third sweep to sweep away karma. And health and longevity, auspicious and wishes fulfilled, and the great fortune will be here. So 100-syllable mantra, whether it's the short version or the long version, can resolve all faults and transgressions. Your karma too can be eradicated, because once it enters into emptiness, they all resolved. The third question asked by Min Tze from Taiwan. Beloved Grandmaster, peace with you. Questions on terma, or hidden treasures. How to conceal or hide the treasures? How can we hide the precious tantric knowledge that we learn in this lifetime inside our own brains? How do we get it out again from our brains to use? Second, how do we recover the knowledge we learned in the past life, such as languages, all kinds of skills, so that we can use them again? Third, Grandmaster, do you have a chance to transmit this practice? Thank you. Do you understand? This question asked by Min Tze from Taiwan. In the past lives, Shantarakshita, Guru Padmasambhava, and the Tibetan King Zhong Tze. These three people built Samye Monastery. And the meaning of Samye, which is the same as Ren Yun, or spontaneous activities going with the flow. And they built the monastery according to the Indian version. At the center, Mount Meru, the 4 major continents, the 8 minor continents, the 7 oceans of fragrance, and that's the structure of the world to build the Samye Monastery. They built it together. At that time, Guru Padmasambhava is considered the one with martial arts, so he could subdue all the deviant followers and also all the demons and yaksas. And Santarakshita is considered the cultured one, or the scholastic. So understanding all the sutras and all the learnings. And then with the Tibetan king, so we can say that they're guru and disciples. Santarakshita, Guru Padmasambhava, and Tibetan king. The 3 people. So the Tibetan king studied Buddhism from Guru Padmasambhava and Santarakshita. And Santarakshita symbolizes the Mahayana Buddhism. He comprehended all the Mahayana Dharma practices, and Guru Padmasambhava is Tantric Buddhist. And the King Trizing Tejong at Chimpu, when Guru Padmasambhava and Ishichogal left Chimpu, Guru Padmasambhava placed his terma inside the King Trizong Tejong's brain. That's terma. And Ishichogal and Guru Padmasambhava inside their spiritual cultivation caves, and then amidst the 4 elements, the earth, water, fire, wind, and space, they conceal or they hide all the Dharma treasures inside the caves, the forests, the woods, the trees, the lakes. And they also reveal or obtain the terma. It's incredible, have you heard? And then the terma discoverer would be rowing on a boat to the center of the lake, and then at a certain hour, a fish would jump out of the lake, and then he caught the fish, and then they opened the stomach of the fish, and inside it there's the hidden treasure of Guru Padmasambhava. They had to predict, they had to calculate the hour and minute, and you have to wait at the center of the lake, and the fish would jump out, and then you catch the fish, and then you cut open its stomach, and there is the hidden terma of Guru Padmasambhava written on the sheep's skin. That's terma. At that time, Guru Padmasambhava opened Grandmaster Lu's brain and placed the terma inside it. That's why I could understand Lamdre. I could expound on Lamdre that nobody could ever explain. All over the world, nobody on earth could ever explain it. That's because of this terma, this hidden treasures inside my brain. So I took it out and then read it again. So this Ming Tze from Taiwan, I think should be a Dharma sister, asked how to hide the treasures, how to hide the precious tantric knowledge inside our own brains. That's the first question. Let me tell you. Don't eat if you don't eat the life-getting soup at the Nai He Bridge, like before you're being reborn, you have to drink that soup to forget everything about past lives. If you don't drink that soup, then you would remember. The second question is how to get it out again from our brains to use. Then you need to remember what you learned, what you knew from past lives. Grandmaster did not cut open his own brain. You need to remember it again. Even many bodhisattvas cannot, because the sutra said even bodhisattvas would forget as soon as they pass into different lives. As soon as they're being reborn, they would forget about past lives. Even bodhisattvas will forget. And Ming Tze from Taiwan, come to Seattle to let me see. If I can get things from your past lives, then I would do it for you. I would use, like from the legend, this is like from a movie. To draw all the memories from your past lives and then show it to you. But if I cannot, then I cannot. Because what I draw would be just mud. How do we recover the knowledge that we learn in the past lives, like languages, all kinds of skills, so that we use them again? Other than the legend of the heroes, the movies, nobody can. That kung fu of absorbing is that you can draw all the things inside somebody's brain and then use it. Jin Yong, which is the author of that novels, Jin Yong is dead, is gone. Otherwise you can ask him, the writer of the novel or movie. Third, Grandmaster, do you have a chance to transmit this practice?
本质啊，对不对？你的资是什么？
I have to
你
see
是不是脑海
your
里面
basic material.
有前世的记忆在你的脑海里面？
Do you have memories of past lives
那
in
个
your
就是无常。
brains? Then that's
把前
terma.
世的记忆掏出来，
And then you get the memories
起
from
初
past lives. That means you get the terma
我现
out.
在啊也只能够起出一部分。
I can
否
only
则呢，
get part of it.
我以前也在印度过，
I had
我
been
也
in
在非
India
洲当过
before.
酋长，
I had been a
我在
tribal
非洲当
king
过酋长，
or tribal chief in
我在印度
Africa. I was in India
有好几世我都在
for many
跟随
lifetimes.
释迦牟尼佛，
I
我也在
followed
印度，
Sakyamuni Buddha. That was in India,
对不对？
right?
另外呢，龙树菩萨也
And
在印度，
Nagarjuna was also in
龙树
India.
菩萨也在印度啊。另外啊，
And
宗喀巴
Guru Tsongkhapa was in Tibet.
啊，另外呢，那洛巴也在印度啊，
And Narupa was also
也
in
在印
India.
度啊。啊，另外呢，有几个，我到了印尼的时候啊，
When I went to
那一位
Indonesia,
印度很有名的学者，到过荆州的
the
阿底
famous
峡尊者，
Indian scholar that went to Selingpa was Guru Atisha.
他也是印度，
He was Indian too, and also was in Tibet.
啊，这些我都经历过啊。
So I had
那我是有一点东西在里面，
experienced them.
但是你会讲印度话吗？
They were all. I
你
had
会讲西
some
藏话吗？
in my brain, but can I speak
你会
Indian
讲非洲
languages
的话吗？
or Tibetan
我在非洲
languages
当
or
过酋
African
长，
languages?
对不对？到现在，那个非洲的话哦，也不懂，语言各有专长，起出来使用，
So
我能够把这些东西都起出来使用，那不得了了。
if I can get all of those to use, that would be incredible. Then I can speak hundreds of languages.
万国语，
I would be an
万国语
expert on multi languages.
师尊可有机会传这个法，
Okay, Master, do you have a chance to
传
transmit
你的
this
头，
Dharma practice? What the heck?
我都快被稻果的弄死了。
I'm almost
这个台湾的敏之师姐，
just
下
by
次有
Lamdre.
机缘你告诉我你是台湾的敏之，
Minzi
这个
from
名字
Taiwan.
很有意义耶。
Your
你
name
是
is quite
很灵
meaningful.
敏的灵芝，
You're sharp
相信你是有来
reishi
历的。
reishi mushroom.
能
So
够问
I
出这种
think
问题很有来历
you must have some good origin to be able to ask such question.
有一个家伙跑去骨科看诊，医生
Someone went to the
从床上
osteopath
摔下来，结果
and I
胸
fell
口
from
痛
the
按脚
bed
痛，晚上
the day
看哪
before
里都痛，
yesterday,
你帮
and
我照个 X 光，
it's painful wherever I push.
照完 X 光以
And
后
can you
医
please
生在听
have an
上
X-rays and check?
四个字，
And
手
after
指断裂，
the doctor said that there's a fracture
怪不
at
得
the
按哪里
finger
都痛。
because whenever he points, it would be painful.
他手指断裂了，按哪里都痛
The。fractures at the finger.
我们前几天才天气很热，对不对？
A few days ago,
天气最热，
on my birthday, it was the
上
hottest.
星期气温很高，
Last
我在
week,
自家的花
it
园
was really
脱光
hot. So I took off all my clothes and sunbathed at my backyard. My neighbor called the police,
误入狂，
and I was called to be a
他在自己家
exhibitionist
里的
and
花园
caught,
全身脱光，
brought to the police
结
station.
果你的邻居打电话报警。今天我发现，他也一丝不挂在花园里
And
面
today,
乱晃
I found that she's also sunbathing naked in her backyard. So I called the police, but I was being brought to the police station again because I was told to be a peeper. So there's no equality between man and woman.
你的脱光了可以耶，男的脱光了
Peeping
不
Tom.
行。
So it's okay for the woman to be
好，我们
naked,
讲一
but
点道
not the
广告。
man.
宋寅起
Now we'll
承
expound
就是
on
缘
Lamdre.
由
The
上
verse
师
Getting the
融
start
入
of affinity for
四
attainment
行之力，
means the start of affinity
以第
through
二
the
识
power of the Guru merging
会
into the four
体
actions
现证五
at the
身之
second moment of accumulation to demonstrate and prove the five
有
bodies.
气
The verse in
清
quotes
净之
the
道，
path of
以
purifying
融入
interests
四行
or
而
rebirth, end quote,
清净缘起，
refers to the purifying interests through merging with the four actions.
教示
The subdivision meaning is as explained above, to teach the realm of the near cause.
能得其清净体性身
The verse in
究
quotes
竟
can attain the ultimately
转
pure
化
true
身
nature
之
body
四
or
身
swabhavika kaya,
成住
the ultimate fruit, end quote,
所
refers to
转
transforming
化
the
之身
relied
一成
four bodies to become
此所
identical.
说之
The relied transformed body has been attained. This is referred as the fruit.
真
The
如
verse
现
in
象
quotes
能
through
动
suchness
故
verification
报身
can move the
无以
Sambhogakaya,
正
non-remainder,
当
pure
知
land,
是所
etc. End
能
quote.
动摇
Know that it
性
means
身
it can move the
之无
non-remainder,
疑境
pure
等
land
之意
of Swabhavika Kaya,
颂名
etc.
内验相
The verse in
密
quotes
勤
inner verification.
阿
The
瓦
life zeal stops
阿
at
瓦度地
avatuti. End quote.
命勤气融入于
The
中
life
脉
zealous
正
chi merges and moves to the central channel's most supreme top knot.
明点性
The
应
verse
以
in quotes
全
outer verification. The light drops are completely solid all over the top
最
knot.
胜成立后
End quote. It
能
means
以
after the
所
supreme
二
establishment
因
of the
无
top
以
knot
转
of the central channel, the two reliances have been
为
transformed
暂
completely.
时出世间
The above is the complete
其
instruction
出
of
世
the
间二道
temporary, worldly, and
因
out of
教
worldly paths,
门道
which
判
are
为
divided into five
菩提
according to
之
this Dharma
判
door.
为37
According to the body
缘
divisions
起判
divided
为
into 37,
地判
the
为
start of
12
affinity divided
地
into
犯
5,
等
and the
道
grounds
无
as the
受
12
尽
and a half, etc.
啊，这一段我稍微跟大家说明，他这里面所谈到的
Let me explain briefly
就是
what was discussed here.
到了最高的境界，
When one reaches the highest realm, which is the ultimate
最高
realm,
境界就是
the
究竟
ultimate path.
我们修道有无，资粮道、加行道、
There are 5 paths: the path of merit accumulation, the path of preliminary practices, seeing the path of practice, and lastly, the ultimate path. 5 stages, 5 levels. The verse in quotes, getting the start of affinity for attainment, end quote. Those are all starts of affinities. Merit accumulation, path, the path of preliminary practices, seeing the path of practice, they all start of affinity. All the way to attainment, which is the ultimate path. The former 4 paths are all start of affinity. Only when one reaches the ultimate path, that would be the real attainment. From the power of the Guru merging into the 4 actions. The 4 spiritual cultivations generate power. The path of merit accumulation, the path of preliminary practices, the seeing the path, and the path of practice, they all generate power. So that's the power of the 4 actions or spiritual cultivation. And it would become 5 kinds of bodies. One is a physical body or mundane body, like us now. And the other is nirmana kaya, emanated body, and sambhoga kaya, or reward body, and dharma kaya, and the last one is called the true body. There are 5 kinds of bodies. So to demonstrate and prove the 5 bodies, so the 5 kinds of paths can prove the 5 bodies, and they are the mundane body, Sambhogakaya, first Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya, and Savabhikakaya, or true body. The path of purifying interest or rebirth refers to purifying interest or rebirth through merging with the 4 paths. The subdivision meaning is explained above. They are all causes. So whichever that you practice would purify that part all the way until all is completely purified. If you merge with the 4 spiritual cultivations or actions and purify, so if you merge with the first 4 spiritual cultivations, you gradually purify part by part or piece by piece, and you ultimately attain the pure true nature body. True body is also called the true nature body or Swabhavika Kaya, which is the ultimate fruit. Refers to transforming the light 4 bodies to become identical, and the transformed body has been attained. So you transform the mundane body into Nirmanakaya, and from Nirmanakaya transform into Sambhogakaya, which transform into Dharmakaya, which is transformed into the ultimate body or the true Kaya. So that's about transformation. So transforming the light 4 bodies to become one body, all combined together. And the realized transformed body that has been attained is referred as the fruit. The verse, through suchness verification, can move the Sambhogakaya, non-remainder, pure land, etc. End quote. During the true suchness verification, you can move the Sambhogakaya, non-remainder, pure land, etc. This move so the true nature body is the highest. So each pure transformation is a movement, which is also purification. So purification means from the mundane bodies purified to become Nirmanakaya, which is purified to become Sambhogakaya, which is purified to become Dharmakaya, which is purified to become the Sarvavikakaya, which is the true nature body or true body, which is the highest body. And move. What is move is transform and purify. They all move. The verse includes inner verification. The life zeal stops at avatuti, and avatuti means the central channel. Your life was originally at the heart chakra. The life chi was first at the heart chakra, and it would moves in the central channel to the topmost, which is where the head bum or top knot is, which is the 12.5 ground. That's the highest. 12.5 ground, and then afterwards it will be Buddhahood. The verse, outer verification. The light drops is completely solid all over the top knot. So from the physically, all your light drops, all your hormones, all your light drops. What are light drops? Your hormone, your secretions. The scientists would say it's a hormone. Flow in the central channel and gather at the top knot or head bum, which is the topmost of central channel. When it reaches there, the light drops would become clear light radiance. So the rainbow light transformation body is from there. As soon as it exits there, you would attain Buddhahood and produce rainbow light attainment. So the temporary worldly and outer worldly paths that had included the mundane body, that's one path. The mundane body and bodies that leave the world, which is Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya, etc. And divided into 5, which is 5 different kinds of bodies: mundane body, Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya, and Swavavikakaya. 5 kinds. So divide it into 5 according to this Dharma door. According to the body divisions, divided into 37. 37 qualities for enlightenments. And the stars of affinity divided into 5. And the grounds as the 12.5 ground. So 1 chakra, 2 grounds, as I have said. 2 grounds for the brow chakra, for the throat chakra, for the heart chakra, for the navel chakra, and for the secret chakra. 2 grounds each. And then the top knot, half ground. So 12.5 ground. So 2 grounds for the secret chakra, navel chakra 2 grounds, 2 grounds for the heart chakra, 2 grounds for the throat chakra, 2 grounds for the brow chakra, and altogether 10 grounds. And then the crown chakra 2 grounds, and then the top knot or the head bum half ground. So altogether 12.5 grounds. So that's the complete instruction. 2 grounds for the secret chakra, 2 grounds for the navel chakra, 2 grounds for the heart chakra, 2 grounds for the throat chakra, 2 grounds for the brow chakra, 2 grounds for the crown chakra, and half ground for the top knot. 12.5 grounds. That's the end. Did you understand reading it? I took it out from my brain. Otherwise, how would I be able to explain it? This is just really too much. So many numbers to explain this boring thing. So you just practice until you reach the top knot, and all the light drops would exit from there, and there would be clear light radiance. That would be good enough. You're talking about what, 5 and 10 and 12 and 12.5 and 37 body divisions and whatnot. Oh, jeez. God's placed 3 men on 3 islands. The first island filled with beautiful ladies, the second island filled with good wines, and the third one with cigarettes. And then a year later, God's checked again. The first one collapsed from exhaustion. See, beautiful ladies. If a man is being sent to an island with beauties, it would be strange if he didn't die from exhaustion. Or if not, they would be bounded by the woman. They will not be let go. And the second one died from drinking. You drink until your hands are shaking. The alcohol toxicity. You can die. And the third one, he did not even smoke a cigarette. So God was very pleased. At least there's one young man who's like a sage. So God asked the young man, so you have certain insight and inspiration? But he replied, but God did not give me a lighter. So see, all very mundane.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.